wewe usije kaniongelesha hivyo.
When you've been character developed, Amma?
Yeah.
Amma, you're the one who's character developing people.
I don't know.
Both.
Is it both ways?
First of all, welcome back, Flo and friends. We got Barbara.
Hey.
How do you find dating in Nairobi?
Generally.
No, in Nairobi. Like from your experience. You're international.
I feel like I just stopped dating men from Nairobi.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
They know.
Give me the lowdown, man.
I'm gonna say this, and my friend is gonna be mad. Malesi is one of those good friends that I have. He's a bartender, and when I started like going out, when I started working, he's like one of those few people that I knew and trusted to go out with. And only to find out like because of his the nature of his work, he knows so many people. And now I just vowed to any guy that I meet through Malesi, I cannot date, I cannot be with.
Why?
Not because they have bad character or anything, just because they know this homeboy of mine. And like it makes Nairobi so small.
Last week you were saying something to do with like, you're not gonna claim anyone.
Yeah, why?
So now you tell me.
I feel like I am not married. I'm missing the nail, actually. It's just like, yeah. So I feel like calling someone your boyfriend is pretty heavy in a way.
Okay.
I can rely on you. I can call you to like figure things out, and we have like some depth. And I feel like I don't really gravitate around that with men.
Really? How did we get here?
I can't pinpoint when it got to that point. But it's just like I was dating to like figure out what I wanted.
Yeah.
And then you actually find out that you actually don't know what you want, but you know what you don't want.
Okay.
In the process.
Okay.
Like, do I want a man who's...
But you're the same person that said the ultimate goal
is marriage.
Is marriage.
Yeah.
So you believe that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what are the things in men that you would not like, that you've identified?
If I put it out there, it means someone is going to be like taking notes.
Nah, it's...
Take the notes. Like if you do a couple of dates, you know what you want.
So what are those things?
So, I'll tell you this.
Okay.
Out of this 1 month thing, right? My beads. Out of this 1 month thing that I had with this guy is that I felt like he was pretty stable in his job. He had kids, which I don't think I want to have. So I feel like when you're dating someone with the intention to marry and they don't have kids, they want to have these kids with you. And I feel like also that eliminates a lot of men. They will say yes, they don't want kids, and then 1 year down the line, they're like, I feel like I want to, leave a legacy. And I was like, we were doing so well.
We're doing so. So
Yeah.
you don't want kids?
I think I might change my perspective.
But as of now,
as of right now, I just don't think I want kids.
Yeah. One of the things is that you've identified that you don't want
kids.
Okay. What are the other like red flags that for sure when you see it, you're like, nope, I'm done? Tell us.
They can't be someone that is too known.
I'll preface this that I've noticed with the dating climate right now is that again, this is from my perspective, is that there's a great emphasis on learning tools on how to protect yourself or how to get over a breakup or identifying another person, like whether they're a narcissist or they're not. So we tend to like diagnose other people, but then it begs the question, like, what about yourself? What are some toxic traits about yourself that attract these people?
Yeah.
Where did you smile? No, am I lying?
No, because like I'm one of those girls. The reason why like I can't really say that I have had like really long relationships, like 2-3 years. I think the last time I did that was I was 19.
Really?
Yeah, I was 19. I was seeing this guy, and he ended it, and it really broke me. Not to say that was the beginning of my villain era.
Your canon event.
But after that, I was just like, I know I feel deeply, and I show it.
So ever since you were 19, you haven't been like in a
long-term
relationship?
No.
So how has it been?
Whew. I went into it just thinking I was going to be married by 23. I was going to have my kids by 25. But yeah, I'm now 26. You know.
You're 26? Oh,
yeah.
okay. Yeah, that's easy.
That's easy.
You're good, man.
I can say that I've learned so much about what I want and what I don't want.
Okay, good. You said you've learned about what you want. What are those things then?
Stability.
Okay.
I cannot do long distance. And then now learned recently, I cannot do open relationships.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you tried it before?
Well, was it with my consent or without my consent? When I learned it, it's just like, how does this make me feel? It makes me feel horrible about myself.
So strictly monogamy for you?
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense because the thing is with monogamy is that you don't get fragmented pieces of this person. You get them, in their entirety. So you have a deep bond with this person on every front, and there's intimacy and there's the fact that you can actually see a future.
Yeah. If there's one thing you're going to take away from this podcast, is please, if you know you don't like short men, don't say that, oh my goodness, he is special, he's gonna. You see that one that you adjust your standards for.
Yeah.
That's the one that is going to undo you.
Yeah.
So bad.
Yeah. The moment you compromise.
You're gonna be looking at yourself in the mirror and I can't believe he played me.
Yeah.
Because he's the one I lowered my standards for.
Yeah.
And he did me so dirty. It should have been my type. I will sleep better knowing that, it's the man that I wanted that hurt me. It's my type that hurt me.
Now with this situationship thing,
he ticked so many boxes for me. He had his own kids.
Okay.
So I feel like he's. I can live with you, You have your own kids. Yeah. You will not feel, especially when they have 2 kids, they're maxed out.
Yeah.
One kid they want to add one more. My mom is gonna find out that I've been a stepmom at the tender age, my teenage age. My teenage age of 26.
Yeah. Okay, so he had his own kids?
He had his own kids, 2 kids.
That's check?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's maxed out.
Yeah.
You don't think he's going to have a third. In this economy, you want to have a third child? Hey.
It doesn't make sense to you?
Yes. Had his kids, had a stable job. He was very, very calm. He didn't raise his voice. He had a moral compass.
Okay.
I feel like that is also
That's very important.
Had a moral compass. He was a believer of Christ.
Okay.
I feel like that is also something.
Yeah.
When you have 2 religions, it's a bit harder to reconcile them.
Yeah.
So he was really, really what I wanted. So I could see myself wow, maybe in 5 years, this could
work.
Yeah, I could be a missus.
Yeah.
We did a game night, and it was pretty intense.
In what sense? What do you mean pretty intense?
We had drinks flowing and all of that, and I feel like I lost my
composure.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you never know what triggers someone. Maybe they've had a addict. They've dealt with an addict before, and it triggers them and says this person is drinking a bit too much.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is not something that I want.
Yeah.
And I remember beating myself so hard about it. I was like, what did I do? Blah blah blah. And then I am not going to go cold turkey. I will address it. I will tell you how I feel. If you don't feel like responding,
So by that
that's
time,
okay.
he had stopped responding?
Yes, so it was so dry texting.
Oh.
Just like, yeah.
It's just one word answers. Yani, there's no chemistry there anymore.
So it's just like, you know what? Maybe I fumbled
Yeah.
or not.
Yeah.
But you can't really control how someone feels about a situation.
Yeah.
And we never talked about it in depth after that. My assumption was that night either triggered something or rather he didn't see me the same way. And you know, I can live with that.
Okay, I've got a question. How do you get over situationships? Because it
I mean,
tends
you
to
feel
be,
it.
it's a vicious cycle. And then, the thing is that it's riddled with guilt. When you, I know someone who's been in a situationship for maybe a year or 2 years.
Yeah, they drag on.
Yeah.
They drag
and
on.
the more it drags on, the more guilt you feel. So how do you break that
Because
cycle?
you know I feel it.
Yeah.
And
Do you go through that process initially, like, you think I'm probably not good enough? Maybe if I
Yes.
was prettier, maybe if I was more interesting, because why isn't this person dating me? Why are we not dating?
The reason why I'm not like committed to one person is because I also have so many options.
Why do you feel like you don't want to commit?
I love the idea of I love the idea.
That's what I'm saying. You want to get married, but why aren't you setting precedents?
Because I haven't seen that in any man
so
recently.
so instead you decide, okay, I'm going to become the perpetrator. Huh?
But I also feel like if you're looking for something and I know that I'm not that, I will walk away. It's a cup. It's your life. People are supposed to pour in, and it's supposed to be like value.
Yeah.
And I don't feel that I can offer you that.
Yeah.
So allow me to walk away from this.
Yeah.
While we both still have our dignity.
Right.
You know.
Do you know about attachment styles? You've got the secure attachment. You've got disorganized, which is like a mix of anxious and avoidant. Have you ever considered, like, and it doesn't even have to be in romantic relationships. It could actually be in friendships, how you two relate, how you relate to your parents. But in this case, have you considered, like, in dating, there's some people where, for example, if you're avoidant, you prefer to foster a high sense of independence.
Okay.
So you don't rely on the other person. So it means that intimacy and showing your emotions can prove to be difficult. Or if you're anxious, it's the opposite. You're over-reliant. You almost fear, there's a great sense of, a fear of abandonment.
I think of myself and everybody that is around me as experiences. That's why I don't attach myself too hard on people's lives.
Yeah.
Like,
So I think she might be like avoidant. I think you might be
dismissive.
Yeah.
It wasn't necessarily fearful because, like, you downplay the importance of a relationship. Like, you want it, but you're like...
Yeah, I think you're avoidant.
because like I know.
Look at us diagnosing her.
I haven't thought about yeah.
We have one psychologist.
I think of people as experiences generally, and like I have created an amazing circle of friends, especially my female friendships, which are very core to me. But like when it comes to men, I'm just like, you know what? They have so many options, right? And
But so do you.
when I interact with them,
Yeah.
it's not that you can leave if you want to. Like, I'm not going to hold you back. And then if they character develop me, you know what? That was such a good 1 month. I'm going to walk away knowing that I had the most amazing 2 months. And that brings us to, before you even go into it, is that I will deliberately not date men from Nairobi because I know I'm going to see them so often. So my dating scope is now sort of international, where I know they're going to be here for like 2 months, 3 months. So they're probably going to give me the best time ever.
Yeah.
Because they're still fronting as this amazing person.
So I'd say, okay, so in the first like few weeks or the brief moment you guys are getting to know each other, right? Is there like a sense of like,
There's a chemistry is there.
yeah, are you
Yeah.
addicted to that?
The dopamine.
Yeah, because that's the euphoric like effect of it, you know, almost like honeymoon phase. And then what's interesting to me is you keep saying the other person like mask is going to come off, and what's wrong with actually seeing the person for who they are and contending with that and going through the rough patch so that it's just so that it's just not all like rosy and, you know.
What is
Look
wrong
at-
with having it rosy?
Because you're not going to be in a committed relationship,
Yeah.
which you want, but it's what I'm saying.
It's not now, but I feel like if it gets
Presents
here,
itself,
I will
right.
know. And I'll be
Right.
like, yeah, this might be the one.
So how is it that you've been able to exercise that level of detachment?
Well, it's still gonna hurt, you know?
It hurts.
Yeah.
So
What
how
do you mean?
Okay,
It's gonna hurt.
so
You're gonna
how do you-
cry.
so how do you get over it then?
You just feel everything.
And then
And then you move on.
you're interesting.
Here's the thing, yeah? And I think of marriage as a partnership and a business. Because, like, if we go into marriage, we are going to be sharing assets.
Okay.
Like, if I love this man, it's going to be even more amazing. Because, like, for me, marriage is not, like, deeply rooted in love. Because I'm thinking of it as,
It is though. I mean,
yeah, love.
speaking
But
of
then
it
there's love.
as infatuation, with marriage, it's a different kind of love, and by the way, it's usually dynamic. There are times when it's romantic, and then there are times when it's a love that's based in friendship. Love is not everything in marriage, but I'll tell you, the friendship goes all the way.
I particularly, just because I know the depth that friendship can offer,
Yeah,
I will marry my friend
yeah.
9 times out of 10.
Yeah. Look, with marriage, I truly believe that, in my experience, God has to be at the center
Of it all.
of it all, because it's like a triangle. God is at the top, and then you've got the man and the wife.
Yeah.
And you draw from him so that he fills both of you. So you're not drawing from each other. Otherwise, you'll become empty.
Now, here's the other thing.
So,
Uh-huh.
so what happens is that there are seasons in marriage, but it has to be intentional. It's not just,
I love that.
yeah, it's not just I'm feeling like this right now. That's when that means, okay, now I love this person. Even with love, you still have to put a lot of work into it.
And I'm going to turn and look at you because you really shared some gems. I know my beads are going crazy.
Let's go.
Because you've shared this, it has to be intentional. And of course, you're married. And I'm trusting that God will give me the gift of discernment.
Yeah. Also asking God to reveal some of the things in you that could attract some of these
All the
people.
wrong people.
Yeah, I guess to identify some of the behaviors and traits in you. I know I'm not a shout. I'm not even talking about you, but just generally, as opposed to learning tools where, you know, you learn how to move on from a breakup. It's more how to maintain a relationship and in marriage. If you have anything else to add on to this conversation, maybe if you agree with it or if you don't, let us know in the comments. Barbara, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Subscribe, like, and yeah, watch this next video.